Well, to further discuss this, I'm joined tonight by a professor of political science at the Ignatius Ajuru University of Education in Riversstate, Kenneth Nweke. Good evening to you, Prof. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Kofi and Nigerians.
Right. What's your reaction to today's developments?
Yeah, for me, it's not strange. Nigeria's politics is not something that anybody will want to be sure because it almost defies all known theoretical framework because as we speak, a lot of Rivers citizens and residents alike are disillusioned given the political developments in the state, especially with the agreements so far reached, by the two major gladiators in the state. And of course, knowing too well that those supporting the current Riversstate governor are very, very strong in doing so across party lines, including those who are also not members of political parties. And I don't know whether, anybody likes it or not. You may not like the man, you may not have liked him, may not have liked the process that brought him to power, but probably because of his approach to governance, he has been able to fall in love with most Rivers people and residents alike in terms of his policies and programs. And he's been able to earn the trust of Rivers people and residents, within the few months he came on board. And so it's when you get into the streets of Rivers, you quickly would not you would see clearly the level of disillusionment because people had expected that the era of godfatherism, the era of a few people holding sway in the politics of Riversstate was gone. And so having 8-point agenda or 8-point agreement, which most people liken to 7:1, was not in the best interests of the people of the state and residents alike.
Okay.
So a lot of people are very much disappointed with what has happened. But be that as it may, you look at the governor of the state, he's a very peaceful man.
Yes, Prof, sorry to interject, but talking about peace, I'm sure you may have followed that as an academic, that speech that he gave when he was a visitor to Palmer University in Riversstate, where he said in that speech, no amount is too big to pay for peace. No amount is too big or too much to pay for peace. Prof, in your opinion, is the agreement brokered by President Tinubu in the best interest of Riversstate? And Prof, should Governor Sim Fubara stick to it?
Well, it is not in the best interest of Riversstate from the survey, that we have today, because let's clearly, the governor of the state is not standing alone. Like I said, that the people are right behind him in whatever inactions that have taken place in the last few weeks. And so that agreement, that document is not in line with the thinking of Rivers people and residents alike when you have when you conduct some survey or surveys that have been conducted. And so if talking about whether the governor should speak, if he has signed, then it means that he has consented to it. And it means also that and he's bound to ensure that he complies. But again, that document, for me, it negates maybe the ground norm and the extant laws, because as it is, he is the chief executive officer of the state. And of course, I didn't see anywhere, even if you are talking about the autonomy of the legislature having full financial autonomy, I didn't see where they had agreed that the governor should be allowed to also, act as the chief executive without any further interference from anywhere, any quarter. And so that agreement is negatively skewed, to one party as against. But for a peaceful man like him, for somebody having a peaceful disposition, who wants, who has the interest of the state at heart, and I think that he has seen that it was so much on him. I could imagine what he saw that made him to consent to that kind of agreement, because he was seeing a Riversstate that should progress more than where it is today. But so if he was merely signing that agreement that will bring about some kind of peace to allow the state to move forward.
Okay.
But unfortunately, that kind of peace that he thinks, or anybody thinks that will be in Riversstate, is a temporary one, because that agreement is not implementable. Never can it be implemented.
Well, the coming days and weeks will, I'm sure, hold more for us to talk about. Thank you so very much for your time, Kenneth Nweke, Professor of Political Science, Ignatius at Juru University of Education in Riversstate. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.